Battler did nothing but gaze blankly out the window. The fighting between the relatives went on without end. At first, the relatives had crowded around the study. However, no matter how much they knocked, the master of the study did not answer even once. Weird, huh? Eva and several others said they should open the door with the second key, the one Genji held. However, in a flash of brilliance, Natsui said that Kinzo had been in a particularly bad mood and had taken back the key he'd previously given Genji. This kind of falls apart. I mean, does she still have her key, or do they want to go with the whole route of, well, both keys are inside, so we will never get in? Which meant that he now had both keys himself. Yeah, okay. Ooh, because how do you get in then? When you want to prove that he's gone, how do you do it? Do you break open the door? Did you leave everything prepared so it looks like he left on his own? I mean, you have to enter yourself. She claimed that this was the reason they couldn't open the door. She's not thinking straight. After she promised to let them meet Kinzo tomorrow morning no matter what, they finally returned to the dining hall, because suddenly she can convince him to? I swear to God, some of these relatives are dense. They're incredibly dense. But then again, this is like a special situation, right? So they're probably not thinking proper, really. They're just confused by the whole situation of Battler suddenly solving the epitaph. After an absence of how many years? Was it now? 5? 7? 5, right? He comes and solves it in one night. Smart Battler, Jesus. But of course, the argument continued on even there. Eva's group needed a lot of cash very soon, and they were trying to threaten Kraus somehow and make him pay up. Apparently, Battler solving the epitaph threatened Kraus' position as the successor, which gave the others a powerful tailwind. We don't need to hear about this shit again, right? You get this every episode, you know what they're talking about, so this is basically the abridged version. On the other side, Kraus and Natsui based the argument on the claim that it had never been specified that ownership of the gold would be handed over to the person who solved the epitaph. It hadn't been hidden gold, but simply Kinzo's stockpile. And it was still Kinzo's property, which meant it would naturally be distributed after Kinzo's death with the rest of the inheritance. That's how it would work in real life, because you need a proper will, right? You can't just say, oh well, there's this vague riddle that he decided, I guess this means I own it now. That would never hold up in a court of law. I think not even in Japan. Not even in anime Japan. Once they made that claim, Eva's group once again started demanding to be allowed to see Kinzo. It had probably been obvious to them from the beginning. The sibling fight could only be settled by Kinzo. This was obviously a confrontation between Eva's group, which wanted cash fast, and Kraus, who was hiding his lack of funds but still didn't need money right away. As he listened vaguely to this exchange, Battler marveled at how, despite their usual affluent airs, they were surprisingly deep in debt. The funny thing is, all of them are, even Kraus is. He can just hide it better because he can just, like, pawn off the whole island or something? I don't know. According to the clock, it was almost midnight, I guess. It's a weird way of putting it. No one writes 24 like that, except if you talk about hours, 24 hours, but not if you talk about the hour itself. It's midnight, it's 0 o'clock, isn't it? Anyway, it certainly was a perfect time for a break. The atmosphere relaxed just a bit. Oh yeah, midnight is also the perfect time for a break for me, usually, since I admit, I go for a fucking midnight snack every fucking day, or I guess every night, so yeah.
同感や。お互い一服するのも悪くないで。ほな以後は議事を取りながらにせんか。言った言わないはもうごめんや。
まったくだわ。下の根も乾かないうちにそんなことは言ってないなんて。平気で言い出す兄さんとの会議に議事録は必須だものね。
文字じゃ書くのも手間だし、インチキだっていくらでもできるわ。そうだね。
兄貴、こいつは動くのか。
オーディオセットかい？なるほど。それならば議事を手書きせずに済むし、捏造もできんね。
They think of this shit now, after, like, discussing for how many hours? They finally make the connection that they should probably make this a little bit more official.
互いにとって公平だ。
勝手にいじらないように。当主様の大切な音楽テープですよ。
No one cares, Natsui. He's dead anyway. The dignified tape set had a sense of weight to it that matched this majestic dining hall perfectly. On pleasant Sunday mornings, it would sometimes be used to play famous tapes or records. You don't get that anymore, like this, right? Do you have... I mean... Do you even have a CD player or radio anymore in your house? You don't, right? The only thing people have now is a smartphone, a Bluetooth speaker, and Spotify or some shit. And that's it. You can use it anywhere, you can use it whenever. But I grew up with stuff like that. Fuck, I grew up with cassette tapes too. Although they were kinda... yeah, well, I used them in my early years still. But then CDs came. And it's funny to say that CDs came and went in the time I grew up. I actually... I don't know if I said this before. Sorry for the weird tangent here, but I owned an MP3 player very early, and this shit had 128 megabytes, which meant how many tracks could it fit? Like 30 or something. And it was really dependent on which bitrate they had and stuff. And it was funny because what is 30 tracks? That's like 2 albums worth of music, or just a few single tracks and stuff. It's fucking ridiculous considering that I have how many gigabytes in my phone now in a small ass card. Let me see. I have the package next to me. 128 gigabytes. That's the same number. Almost. Just the next tier over. Almost the same number. Oh no, it is. Wait. Yeah, it is. Sorry. I'm getting confused here. It's because I'm trying to think and speak at the same time, and usually it doesn't work out. Anyway, however, right now it was the most neutral and impartial conference record keeper around. Maybe use one of the servants? Just a thought. Then again, we know the servants are not impartial. Rudolph fished randomly around the cassette rack searching for a blank tape. And every time he found some tape with sophisticated music on it, he'd complain about how pompous it was.
失礼します。お呼びでしょうか。
休憩することになったの。申し訳ないんだけど、何か飲み物を用意してもらえないかしら。ビスケットみたいなものがあってもいいかもね。
かしこまりました。すぐにご用意いたします。
あと、ごめんなさい。風邪薬あるかしら。さっきから熱っぽくて。
なら無理は良くないな。休みたまえ。
ローザがいいと思うなら好きに休めば。私ならこの大事な会議中に風邪くらいじゃ休まないけどね。
No, people really try to argue that Eva is not a bitch. She can be a real bitch sometimes, let's be honest.
そうかね。私は遠慮なく休ませてもらうよ。夏日、私たちも少し休まないかね。
And people give Kraus shit, but I think he is an asshole, but he's still the most level-headed of the siblings, to be honest.
はい、あなた。
Sensing that he meant to have a strategy meeting, Natsui stood up. Even if that hadn't been the case, she was so desperate to get out of the room even for a moment that she'd have taken any excuse. Kraus and Natsui left the dining hall, and the tension in the room truly relaxed.
バトラ君もお疲れ様。
Doing nothing?
最悪の気分でしょ。大人の階段だと思って諦めて。
俺は いつまでここでボサーっとしてりゃいいんすかね。
さあ、バトラ君は私たちのおみこしだからね。眠い？
古典の授業程度には。
今夜はどうせお父さんは現れないでしょう。クラウス兄さんたちが戻ってきたら、バトラ君はもう戻っていいかと提案してみるわ。
よろしく頼むぜ。
Knock knock. A light knock and the faint sound of china clinking together could be heard. China?
失礼します。
I know it's the dishes, don't worry. It was just a joke.
お茶をお持ちいたしました。
Shannon and Kanon had come by with a serving cart. The pleasant smell of black tea had the effect of relieving a bit of the tension.
よ、話は聞いてるか？
何のお話でしょうか？
僕たちは何も。
よしなさい、ルドルフ。教える必要は何もないわ。
Again, the bitchiness, it's real.
僕たちは親族会議のお話には関心ありません。
そうね。それが賢い返事だわ。
深夜勤なの？大変ね。
そういうお役目ですので、ご用命いただけて嬉しいです。
そうかもしれんな。することもなくぼんやり起きてる方がしんどいもんや。
I don't know, man. I love doing that. I love just sitting and staring dead ahead, doing nothing. It's just the best thing ever, in my opinion.
わしも下積み時代に倉庫番とかやったことあるんやけどな。
Oh, I would love that job.
ただ起きてるだけでもこれがとにかく辛いんや。戦争直後はな、物資泥棒とかゾロゾロおってな、警察も頼れん時代でとにかく物騒でな。
Yeah, you look the type that scares away robbers, surely. Hideyoshi was particularly proud of how he'd started with nothing and built up assets by illegally diverting goods from the American army. Did I read that sentence right? He's proud of starting out as a petty criminal? What? Once the subject came up, Hideyoshi tended to get pretty talkative. You shouldn't if you're a criminal, just saying. The relatives who knew this were greatly relieved to see that a perfect sacrifice had come up.
バレたら一大事や。アメさんは怖いで。
A Mary Candy.
牛肉食っとるからパワーも桁違いや。捕まったら最後銃殺刑かデスバイハンギングや。わかるか？デスバイハンギング。
It's so funny when they speak English.
いや、それでな、わしは思うたんや。肉や、肉や。日本人はもっと肉を食わなあかん。
Don't they already? I don't know much about Japanese cuisine, but don't they eat meat a lot? They eat seafood, I guess. But what about regular meat, like pork and chicken and beef even? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not 50 years ago or whatever. This takes place in the 80s, right? So, or straight after the war, maybe they weren't eating that much meat. But nowadays, yeah, probably.
そしてわしは胃袋をつかむ商売を始めなあかんという典型を受けたんや。
Seriously, if anyone knows, feel free to tell me. Educate me, please. That's how I'll answer to.
それは大変なお仕事ですね。
I'm gonna answer. That must have been quite hard to tell me.
よしなさいよ、あなた。戦後生まれにいくら話しても、当時の苦労なんか伝わらないわよ。
She's really laying it on thick today. Holy crap. Eva, I like you, but you make me hate you so much.
ん？またわしの悪い癖が出てしもうたな。すまん。
あなたたちもお茶をしていきなさいよ。たまには自分たちがどういう紅茶を入れてるか、その下で学ぶのもいい勉強になると思うわ。
いえ、結構です。 お気遣いなく。
少し付き合ってくれよ。大人ばかりで俺も窒息しそうなんだ。
そら、次期当主のバトラ様のご命令だぞ。
Oh shit, he told them.
そこに座って俺たちとしばらくお茶しろい。それで最近の出来事とか趣味とか見てるテレビとか若者の今の流行りとかそういう話をしやがれ。俺たちの勉強になるからな。
明暗ね。ほら、二人とも座って。そして話題に飢えた私たちの生贄になってちょうだい。
All of their talk about sacrifices. Kinda weird, isn't it?
そうやな。若い子と話をしよう思たら、キャバクラでもいかんと、この年では難しいわ。
いつまでぼさっと突っ立ってんのよ。ルドルフが座れと命令したわ。座りなさいよ。私も許可してあげるわ。
Ooh, that is what, the 4th time now that she's hitting my bitch senses with very big waves. After getting Eva's permission, Shannon and Kanon looked at each other and finally obeyed nervously. Yeah, because she's like a praying mantis. For a while the two were pounded by questions and became the relatives' playthings. Thank God we have that questions in there. If it was just pounded, that would be way different. Then, a reserved knocking sound could be heard. All of the servants tended to knock in a similar manner, so no one found it strange. However, Shannon and Kanon turned around with surprised looks on their faces. It could be Genji. The servants here today included two of them, Genji, Kumasawa and Goda. Goda had the midnight shift at the guest house. Kumasawa had gone to bed in a spare room in the guest house. The two of them were right here, so Genji was the only person left. But they knew very well that Genji wouldn't knock like that.
誰だ?
He has his own distinctive knock sound? It's cool. I want to have my own knocking sound too.
開いてるぜ。勝手に入れよ。
Oh, please, another creepy knock. Rudolph didn't recognize the knock either. When he asked, who is it, it became apparent that no one knew whose knock it was. Well, whose knock is it anyway? After that, the same knock-knock repeated just once more. More creepy knocking, I love it. Could it be that someone had their hands full and was asking that the door be opened for them? Why don't they speak then? As a slightly odd feeling began to encompass the room, the sound of the large clock in the hall could be heard. I think, at this point, everyone watching this realizes and knows that finally, shit is about to go down in this episode. It was a sign that October 4th had ended, and October 5th had begun. Let's step back in time a bit. At this time, Kraus and Natsu were ways off in a deserted corridor on the 2nd floor.
もうそれしか手はないのかね。
はい、明日一日同じ手はもはや通用しないでしょう。これ以上を渋ればエヴァさんたちはお父様を監禁しているなどと主張して警察に訴える可能性さえあります。もうこれが限界です。バトラ君が黄金を発見するのが全く想定外でした。あれさえなければなんとかうまくやりくりできる筋書きを考えていたのですが。
私がかけるといつもこうだな。いつも想定外のことが起き、絶対確実だった話がおかしくなる。
Are you talking about absolute certainty because I'm an expert in that field?
明日の朝、お父様の部屋が空っぽであるということにします。源氏と口裏を合わせ、早朝に森へ出かけていくのを見たと言わせましょう。
その思想をエヴァたちが素直に受け入れるとは思えん。
客も承知です。しかし、もうそれしか手がありません。
そのようなことをすればエヴァたちは疑わしいと騒ぎ立てるだろう。エヴァたちは金をせしめるためならなりふりなど構わない。それこそおかしな雑誌とつるんで私の信用にダメージを与えてくるかもしれない。
ダメージで済むではありませんか。万一にもお父様の秘密を知られたらそれどころでは済みません。
明日一日をギリギリまで粘ってからでも遅くはない。もしも明日を無事に乗り切ることができれば私焦って失踪という切り札を切る必要はない。
彼らがお父様を監禁していると騒ぎ立てそこに失踪していたと返すのですか。その方がはるかに疑いを招きます。もうお父様にこれ以上は無理です。
落ち着きたまえ。エヴァたちの毒気を浴びすぎて冷静を失っただけだ。あの書斎に入る鍵は2本しかない。そしてその2本はここに。だから誰も入ることなどできん。あの扉は特別製だ。彼らが倉庫からどんな工具を持ってこようともびくともせんよ。
そういう物理的な問題ではありません。
だから焦るな。落ち着け。なんなら君は熱を出したことにして寝込んでいてくれればいい。その間に私が全て乗り切ってみせる。
あなただけに任せられません。私も最後まで戦います。
When Natsui could no longer hold back the tears brought on by her fierce emotions, Krause held her gently. Just how long had it been since the last time she'd felt the warmth of her husband's compassion?
頭痛がひどいのだろう。君がそういうシワを眉間に浮かべるときはいつもそうだ。
あなた。
She had come to think that her husband could never guess the way she felt. But at times like this...
失踪という切り札は最後の最後まで待とう。殿下の報道と同じだよ。抜かないうちが花だ。大事なのはいつでも抜けるという心構えではないかね。
Could make a joke about that, but I won't.
それは分かっています。
その切り札を私に預けてくれんかね。もちろん最後の瞬間の責任は全て私が取る。君とジェシカは巻き込まん。
それはどういう意味ですか。
後ろ宮家が滅ぶ時、その瓦礫に潰されるのは私だけで十分だ。台風が過ぎたら離婚届を準備しよう。それに捺印し君に預けておく。内緒で君の名義にしてある財産がある。さらにそれに慰謝料を加えれば君とジェシカは不自由なく暮らせるはずだ。
Do you get now why I like Krause and why I think that these two are actually the best couple of all of the aunts and uncles, since I think both of them genuinely love each other in weird ways, surely, but then again I guess Eva and Hideyoshi love each other too, but still, and there's some shit between Rudolph and Kirie, but still, I think Natsui and Krause, as weird as they are and as weird positions as they have, since they're in the mansion basically and they have to hide stuff and they're basically alone since the other siblings team up together against them. They're very cool still. I like them very much. There's some stuff we still don't know about them that's coming up. I think it's even coming up in this episode, right? So in this episode of Umineko. But overall, Natsui has one big flaw, but still, overall, I like both of them very much.
嫌です。私の墓碑に刻むべき名は後宮夏日です。どうか最後の瞬間までご一緒に。
Oh, my game crash?
夏日を最後までどうか当主夫人であなたの妻でいさせてください。
Krause's existence was founded solely upon the trust and power of his assets as a financial fixer. If either of those weakened, nothing would remain. If they used their trump card of Kinz's disappearance, they would lose one of these two essential supports. It was like offering your right arm in exchange for your neck being cut. It was probably better than losing a head, but you still might die from the blood loss. And even on the off chance that you did survive, you'd have to bear a heavy wound that wouldn't heal for the rest of your life. Krause was prepared even for death. Understanding this, Natsui buried her face in Krause's chest and cried.
お取り込み中、失礼いたします。
The sudden appearance of Genshi's voice made Natsui jump back and hurriedly wipe the tears from her eyes. Krause stood in front of Natsui, shielding her.
源氏さんか。驚かせないでくれたまえ。何か用かね？
はい。申し訳ございませんが、奥様にご報告が。
私にですか？あなた。
構わんよ。
Krause left Natsui's side, went to a window a short ways off, and gazed at the windy and rainy rose garden. Natsui went with Genshi to a place a short distance away.
何事ですか？
はい。実はまた奥様にお電話が。
Ooh. The music alone should tell you that this is not okay. At that moment, a sudden eerie sound surprised her. It was the large clock in the hall announcing midnight.
まさか、またあの男なのですか？
はい。いかがいたしましょう。
要件は何だと言っていますか？
お答えいただけません。奥様と直接お話ししたいとの一点張りでございます。
Again, a phone call from the man who claimed to be taking revenge for something that happened 19 years ago. 19 years ago. It was just 1 year before Jessica and Battler were born. In Natsui's eyes, the gap between 19 years ago and 18 years ago was immense. For a long time, she had been unable to fulfill her role of creating a successor for the Ushiromiya family and had been treated very coldly. But then she finally gave birth to Jessica, and became able to call herself the Ushiromiya successor's wife with her head held high. So in her eyes, Ushiromiya Natsui began 18 years ago. That's why everything before that, including the events of 19 years ago, contained nothing but hateful memories. And something from the last year of that hateful period is whispering vengeful words from the other end of the phone. I can still hear the roar of the sea.
いかがなさいますか？
私の部屋に主人には内密に。
かしこまりました。
From the very beginning, Genshi had guessed that she wouldn't want Krause hearing about this phone call. That's why he had told Natsui covertly. Natsui ordered that he transfer the call, told Krause that she would turn in for the night, and left at a quick pace.